Hi, this is Dan Klein. I'm singing Bartolo in opera on the James's performances of Barber of Seville, upcoming on the 12th and 14th of November. And I've been asked a couple of questions to do for the social media stuff. What is your pre-show routine? So I'll have to say that my biggest part of my pre-show routine is that I like to get to the theater really early. It's one of those weird sort of things about me, maybe just from having, German Irish upbringing or something, that the thing I get the most nervous about is being late. So if I get to the theater on time, I sort of feel like everything else is going to go okay. And the other part of it, I would say, is that I usually get there early enough to sort of run through things in my dressing room, just touch base. Um, but I've always found that if I'm about to walk on stage and I can't think of my first line when I walk out there, I'm gonna be okay. But if I'm there and all of a sudden I'm still running through all these things in my head, that's a little scary. Um, is there a favorite thing you treat yourself to post performance? Um, I will say that I do like a good milkshake after a performance or a really good glass of scotch or bourbon. Those are pretty key things for me. Years ago, when I was in graduate school, I worked at Los Angeles Opera, and the way the parking situation worked out is that it usually would take us an hour or more to get out of the parking lot. So we all started having a little scotch tasting, and that became a thing that I really enjoyed. Uh, do you have a theater kit, and what's inside? My theater kit is I generally have a score. I usually have an ace bandage in case I hurt my ankle, which I hurt several years ago, and sometimes it acts up. And then I usually have some sort of sinus nasal spray type stuff because I get allergies, and sometimes you can go to a theater and it can just be dusty as all get out, and you feel like, oh, what's going on? I got something on this. So I use, sometimes I'll bring that just to make sure that I'm sort of hydrated and uh, don't have lots of stuff junk in there. Um, what have I missed about being on stage due to COVID? Pause in performances. Well, so many things I've missed about being on stage. One of them being, of course, the ability to perform. Um, I love opera. I love singing this music, and I love performing this music. And one of the things I love is that it really brings you to what I feel is like the edge of what is humanly capable. I mean, anyone who thinks that Barbara Seville is an easy opera is delusional. It's a very difficult opera, mentally and physically and vocally, and it sort of brings us all to those edges. And honestly, during COVID, I wasn't pushed in that way, and so it was really, it's exciting to be on stage again and to be able to, get up there and see what my brain and my body and my voice is capable of doing. Uh, what do you do to keep your voice in shape? What do your neighbors think? I live in Astoria, New York, in Queens County, New York City, and I'm actually really lucky that I'm on the top floor. And my neighbors don't seem to mind it at all. In fact, it's one of those. Queens County is the most diverse county in America, and on a given day, I'll speak Italian, German, French, maybe a little Greek, just to my neighbors as I'm going around the neighborhood. And so it's sort of a weird thing that there is this multiculturalism, which we have in opera, obviously, being as a lot of them are in different languages than English. And so I have the experience of having that on a regular basis. I'm just thinking most of them are really excited for me that I'm getting to go back to work. And, oh, what do my neighbors think about keep my voice in shape? I generally spend some time every day warming up. During the height of COVID and when we were locked down in New York, not so much when I sort of had a year where everything was being canceled. But now that things are coming back, I find myself every day spending some time warming up. I spend myself looking at new music. Uh, you know, Hopefully not when my daughter's asleep. Uh, do you love it or hate it when mainstream artists are incorporating opera into their music? I'm a mixed bag. Sometimes I really like it. Sometimes I think they do it. If they do it and they do it well, and if it's not really a gimmick, but they actually sort of get it, I really enjoy it. I will say one thing that I really have never liked are the flash mobs. When you see these opera flash mobs, things like that, just because I feel like it's it's not opera. It's not the art form, and it's sort of trying to, how put that? It's taking all the stuff that I like about opera and making it, and taking it away. And there's something about it that it is a special event. It is something that's a little, you know, for most of us, not every day we get to see one. Not every day do I get to sing one. Um, so there's something that there's a specialness about it. And so when I see some people and they try to just bring it down in what they do, that doesn't like so much. But sometimes I've seen some things that have been done really exceptionally well. And then the last one I have here is, can you really shatter glass with your voice? No. At least not me. Maybe there is someone out there. Generally, when they do that, it's usually the really high sopranos, not me. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you come see the show. It's going to be great.